I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille, but not too close because you'll fall in my pores and I can't guarantee your safe exit. Hi, my name's Andre. I'm a collage artist based out of Calgary, Alberta, and I first started putting smut on china plates and selling them as dirty dishes. And I have since kind of started collaging a bit of everything. So collage is the language I use to take my inner world and turn it outwards. I love having the ability to make people laugh, and I find that the juxtaposition of something crude or sassy with something elegant and, not necessarily priceless, but just pristine, really allows that message to be conveyed to an audience. And so a lot of my work is intentionally funny and intentionally irreverent because humor is one of the best ways to reach people. So even though a lot of my pieces can be as simplistic as like a single image cut out, or it can be like layer upon layer, the idea is to draw a person in and to make them pay attention to the details. Because the more they see, the more they look, and the more they look, the more they see. And for me, that's kind of the goal, is to draw people in and elicit a response, whether that's an ooh, an ah, or a ha-ha. I find is why I love collaging so much. So this show, wouldn't you believe it, this show has quite a reputation to it. Any and every artist that I have been involved with in some sort of capacity, like selling at a market, they always mention the 100 Under 100 show because of how much fun it is for them, how much exposure they get, but alongside that exposure, they get a lot of sales because this show has a lot of weight to it. And I believe it's because the artists love doing it. And the artists love being a part of something that is so ubiquitous to the Calgary arts scene. And so finding out about this show was inevitable because of just how fabulous it has flourished over the years. I'm gonna be bringing my best. So I have a vast selection. Like said, I'm mostly known for my plates, so I'll be bringing a bunch of plates, as well as some of my two-dimensional pieces. Lately, I've been really into hole punches. So I'll be bringing a lot of these where it's just a single image, and then within it, I spend hours just hole punching different books, a lot of them kids' books from the 50s and comic books, and then I just make them flow. I really love the idea, going back to people really looking at the details to see what exists, having small vignettes like a foot or the grimace of a dog or something like that come alive, simply because it's so specific and juxtaposed to something where it normally wouldn't fit. I have way too much time on my hand. I love the idea of macro and micro. So I love the idea of something really big being compiled of such small, tiny details. So when I was just working in my studio one day, I had a circular thing that cuts out large circles, and then the larger the circles got, I kind of wanted them to get smaller. And then I realized, well, what about a hole punch? And then from there, it just kind of turned into this whole different universe that I've just been sailing through and having a lot of fun doing that. The ritual is first thought, best thought. So when I see something, immediately my brain either resonates with it or it doesn't. And sometimes it's just a matter of taking a look at it and going, okay, so I can see how I can deconstruct this and then reconstruct this. Oftentimes it's just a matter of, like said, following impulse. If I have a color scheme in mind, how does that color scheme work with a derelict cityscape? Or how does that For example, how does blue contrast with orange, and how can I make those intertwine in a way that is cohesive and appealing? So the process, like I said, is first thought, best thought, and then just following my heart until it's content. I love the idea of creating something and it exists simply as is. It has been recommended that I do prints, but I feel like that kind of robs the sentimentality of the piece that I have. So it's like when I sell something, I know that it's going to a home that not authentically, but it's going to a home that appreciates it right off the bat. And as an extension of that appreciation, I let them know that it's one of a kind.